On the news, police recovered 3 more bodies in Anambra boat mishap involving Nollywood actor Junior Pope. Court to hear Philip Shaibu's suit against Edo State Assembly and others on April 19. And Lagos court grants CBN former Governor Godwin Emefiele 50 million naira bail. Hello and welcome to News Now. I'm Simisola Atigun. The Anambra Police Command says it has recovered 3 remaining bodies of the recent boat mishap that claimed the life of Nollywood actor John Pope Odo. In a statement on Friday, the police public relations officer in the state, Tochukwu Ikenga, said the two of the bodies were recovered on Thursday, while the last one was washed up by the tide on Friday. According to Ikenga, the remains have been deposited in a morgue in Asaba. On April 10th, the actor, John Pope Odowodo, and 4 crew members were confirmed dead in the boat tragedy. In the wake of the mishap, the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, banned all movie shoots involving riverine areas and boat rides. Former Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has been granted bail by the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja. Highlighting the conditions, Justice Raman Oshodi granted Emefiele bail in the sum of 50 million naira with 2 shorties in light sum who must be gainfully employed and have 3 years of tax payment with the Lagos State government. The former CBN governor is facing trial in Lagos on a 26-count charge bordering on abuse of office. Correspondent Oge Okwekwe gives details.
Emefiele's bail condition follows Monday's judgment when court ordered the remain of the former CBN governor in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, pending the ruling on his bail application. Godwin Emefiele was arraigned alongside Herin Omole, his co-defendant, on fresh 26 counts before Justice Raham Oshodi of the Ikeja High Court. The EFCC had arraigned Emefiele on 23 counts of abuse of office, accepting gratification, corrupt demand, receiving property fraudulently obtained, and conferring corrupt advantage, and his co-defendant on 3 counts of acceptance of gifts by agents. However, both defendants pleaded not guilty to the 26 counts charged preferred against them. During the court proceedings on Monday, counsel to Emefiele, Abdulhakeem Labilawa, prayed the court to grant his client bail on self-recognition with liberal terms pending the determination of the case. Ruling on the matter on Friday, Justice Raham said that he was satisfied with the bail condition of 1 million naira earlier given to Emefiele's co-defendant, Herin Isioma Omole, who is standing trial before another Lagos High Court judge in Yaba, Olufunke Sule Hamzat. According to the court, the bail document must be transferred to the Special Offence Court and it must also be registered in the Lagos State Bail Management System. The case has been adjourned to April 29th and May 3rd, 9th and 17th, 2024 for commencement of trial and hearing of application witnesses. Ogechukwu Kekwe, TV360, Lagos.
Meanwhile, a federal high court in Abuja has fixed April 19 for hearing of a suit filed by the impeached Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shaibu, against the State House of Assembly and others. The matter, which was before Justice Inyang Eko, was on Friday fixed for hearing after a team of lawyers, including Alex Ejesieme, showed up to seek a date for the case. Shortly before the judge rose, one of the lawyers told Justice Eko that the matter was scheduled to hold on Thursday, but due to the public holidays, the court did not sit. But Justice Eko, who held that he could not preside over a matter that was not in the file, directed them to liaise with the court registrar for the next adjourned date. The matter was consequently fixed for April 19 for hearing. Minister of Works David Umahi has confirmed the federal government will pay compensation to all property owners along the path of the 700-kilometer Lagos to Calabar coastal highway would be passing through across 9 states. Umahi made this known at a press conference in Lagos on Thursday. He also used the occasion to address some of the questions raised by former Vice President and opposition leader Atiku Abubakar over the cost of the project, among others. More details in this report. The 700-kilometer Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highway project is designed to connect Lagos in the southwest of the country to Calabar in the south-south. It will run through the coastal states of Ogun, Ondo, Delta, Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom before terminating in Cross River State. Despite the benefits of this massive project, property owners along the path have expressed worry about their plight when demolitions begin to pave way for the new highway. Addressing affected residents at this meeting in Lagos, Umahi says the government has now extended the eviction notice on affected property owners. He also explained that the government had to carry out a redesign of the original Lagos to Calabar Coastal Highways route plan to reduce the number of built-up infrastructure that will be demolished for the project.
The coast belongs to the federal government by reason of the act of the federal government and the latest Supreme Court judgment that says from the shoreline to 250 meters backwards belongs to the federal government. That is what the law says, and that's what the Supreme Court says. So when we have discovered that some people are within the coast and we have redesigned and we are very sure of what we are doing, then we now demanded for, stakeholders meeting. It's not in all projects that you call for stakeholders meeting. It's an individual thing. If your project is affected, we make contact with you. It's your right. But we have never in any other projects had to call everybody to come together to discuss. But I'm ready for the discussion.
Fielding questions from the stakeholders, the minister disclosed the Works Ministry would only provide compensation to deserving individuals based on approved document. He says following the conclusion of an environmental impact assessment valuation on the affected buildings, owners of shanties and illegal buildings will not be paid.
When you put up a building on a property that is not your own, you are not entitled for compensation. When your property is not approved, you are not entitled to compensation. But the president is a man of, good heart. And so I think we will still pay compensation as far as that is concerned because of the hardship, in the country. But it's not backed up by law. It's not backed up by law. But we will not pay compensation on shanties.
Speaking earlier, Umahi had addressed some of the questions raised by former Vice President and opposition figure Atiku Abubakar over the cost of the project and whether due process was followed in the heart of the contract.
Coastal Road is 700 kilometers running from Lagos, Ahmad Bello Way, passing through the coastal states, about 9 of them, and terminating at Calabar. And it has phase 2, which has a spur on the Badagry-Sokoto road and a spur on the Enugu-Abakaliki-Ogoja to Cameroon route. So this is phase 2. And so phase 1 is being procured in sections. So we started with 0 point, which is the starting point of the project. And the 0 point is, the first section is 47.47 kilometers, which translates to, in terms of how much is 1.067 trillions. Some people say we paid 1.067 trillion. The answer is no, we have not paid, but we have paid money according to the Procurement Act and according to, the policy of the Federal Ministry of Works.
The minister also hinted that the federal government will toll the new highway and likely charge an average of 3,000 naira per toll gate for vehicles using it upon completion.
If the 47.47 is completed and I toll it in 2 sections and I give an average of 50,000 vehicles, the big vehicles are charged about 6,000, the small vehicle charged about 1,000, 1,005. So take an average of 3,000 and run the figures on that 2 toll points. And then you find out that within 15 years, you've recovered your money plus.
The Lagos to Calabar Highway is an ambitious project which is expected to be completed in 8 years. Construction of the first phase, which is 47 kilometers, has since begun in Lagos. The government says despite the skyrocketing costs of materials in the construction industry caused by inflation and supply chain disruptions, it is committed to prudence, cost-effectiveness, speedy and quality delivery of the road project. Simisola Adigun, TV360 News. Still in Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said that more unapproved buildings will be demolished to allow for proper cleanup of the Dosunmu market. Sanwo-Olu disclosed this on Thursday when he visited the scene of the fire incident which happened on Tuesday. The fire destroyed no fewer than 14 buildings, according to the Lagos Territorial Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Authority, Ibrahim Familoye. The governor, who was accompanied by some state officials to assess the extent of the damage caused by the fire, described the disaster as preventable and blamed it on carelessness.
The markets all around will be closed today, tomorrow, until when we're able to do a full assessment and to do a proper cleanup of this entire area. I want to say without any iota of doubt that some other buildings are still going to go down. This is totally unacceptable. We will not allow a few people who will not comply with our rules, with our laws, to put the lives of others in danger. Fiscal planning authorities, LAPCA are going to be having a difficult time with me. And when they have a difficult time with me, you will know they will come on the street. This is fire that is happening too often, too many, and it is totally unacceptable. Yes. People put generators on top of roof, on third floors of buildings, on fourth floors of buildings, and we've said that this is not acceptable. Totally unacceptable in residential houses. And we've seen the consequences of inaction. We've seen the consequences of us not being responsive and responsible. Thankfully, no life have been lost, but you can see the amount of property that have been wasted. You can see the amount of people's assets, collateral damages that have been wasted. So this is a call to others outside there. Government will not shy away from its responsibility. We will come really hard, and I'm reporting we will come really, really hard on structures, on properties that will not conform with our rules. We will bring them down. We will bring them down, and I'm saying it now. Anybody. Because it's too much. And we're going to shut down this place for as long as it takes. For as long as it takes. And will be zero tolerance all around here.
Governor Sanwo-Olu also reiterated his administration's commitment to make the Badagry axis of the state a tourist attraction city. According to him, the ancient city of Badagry, with its many historical and tourist sites, has a lot to offer in terms of tourism. Addressing newsmen during the working tour, Governor Sanwo-Olu said that his administration would complete ongoing projects in Badagry and restock some of the heritage sites to tell a compelling story about what Badagry holds for the tourism potential of Nigeria.
How do we intentionally make Badagry and all of the tourism potential that it has, a real destination? We also went to the old governor's, lodge, where you saw that there is a purpose-built 70-room hotel complex there. And so for us is to complete the ongoing projects that we've seen, to also restore some of the heritage sites that we've seen, not to completely, deface it, but just to restore them, and to generally just preserve what we have, and to be able to speak, a very compelling story about what Badagry truly really is and what it holds for the tourism potential of our country. Really is to make sure that no part of Lagos is left underdeveloped or undeveloped. Right? And tourism being in a major cardinal of our team's agenda, I needed to come and see things for myself too, and also help. You saw around the Agia Center that we have like an amphitheater there. There are a few projects here that we also need to complete around the marina here. But I'm satisfied, knowing fully well that we still have a lot of opportunity to do for Nigeria. And you can see that on the tour. The Diaspora Commission is also with us. We have a Diaspora agency already now. So it's really to just make, Lagos and Badagry in particular, a tourist destination, for all of our international and local audience.
We'll take a break here, but coming up, Nigeria Football Federation appoints Manu Garba as Golden Eaglets coach. Stay with us for details of this and other stories. Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. The Anambra Police Command says it has recovered 3 remaining bodies of the recent boat mishap that claimed the life of Nollywood actor John Pope Odonwodo. In a statement on Friday, the police public relations officer in the state, Chukwu Ikenga, said 2 of the bodies were recovered on Thursday, while the last one was washed up by the tide on Friday. According to Ikenga, the remains have been deposited in a morgue in Asaba. We also told you that former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has been granted bail by the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja. Highlighting the conditions, Justice Romano Shudi granted Emefiele bail in the sum of 50 million naira with 2 shorties in like sum who must be gainfully employed and have 3 years of tax payment with the Lagos state government. The former CBN governor is facing trial in Lagos on a 26-count charge bordering on abuse of office. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins, for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online.
In the last 3 years, we have built a multi-purpose center, which is the envy of all in our constituency. And I can tell you that the people who are living there are already enjoying it.
Guy, do you think what this man just said is true? See, I seriously doubt. I'm sure it's one of those their silly lies.
And wait, do you know there's a way to find out if these things he's saying is true or not? This is the Construct app. It gives people like us a sure way to track implementation of constituency projects. It gives valid and verified information on location of projects, amounts allocated, amount funded, the level of job done, and even the profiles of concerned legislators. You and I can post directly on this app.
Are you serious?
This is the Go-To app if you want to know how our Commonwealth is being expanded by the government.
Wow. Let's even see if what this man said is true. Show me.
The Construct app is developed by Other Paper Nigeria with support from USAID and is available on both Google Play Store and Apple Store.
And it's true.
Of course, I told you.
Well, let's now join Okwayemi Owosheni, who's on standby with news on happenings in the world of business. Over to you, Okwayemi.
Oh, thank you, Simisola. Hello and welcome to Business News. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has attributed the positive changes in the currency market to the fiscal and monetary policies introduced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Kyari discloses in Lagos in a chat with journalists after paying Salah homage to the president at his Ikoyi residence. The NNPC boss expressed confidence in the president's economic management, noting that the combination of improved stability in the company's project and better pricing in the petroleum export market has earned Nigeria an additional as resources.
You continuously reaffirm your commitment to serve your country and to serve your leaders. And that's why we are here. And it's also a perfect opportunity to reassure Mr. President that his focus on delivering gas into our markets, both domestic and international market, bringing back prosperity to our country, is right on course, and this is a task that will be delivered. And very many obvious things will unfold in the coming weeks. It is very clear that majority of our exports from this country is petroleum as at today that can earn foreign currency. There's significant improvement in the markets in terms of pricing, and also we're able to establish some level of stability in our project. The combination of this is bringing additional resources available to our country. And of course, more than anything, there are clear monetary and fiscal policies that the president and this government has put in place that is working, and that is bringing about all the changes that you are seeing in the currency market.
I'm sure and confident that things will continue to come down. So we need to be a bit more patient. Things are taking shape. The government has done very well. This is the first time, I think, in many, many years that we have seen the dollar exchange rate has converged. There is no official and there is no black market. There is only one rate. So we must commend the government for actually being able to achieve that. We all need to come together and support the government, support their policies. The government means well, clearly, and they are trying to support Nigeria, but we need to be patient. These reforms take time, without a doubt. It's not easy. It's not something that can be done in one day. So we are working together with the government, especially now that the president has, established, this committee, between the government and the private sector. So we are working together. We are supporting each other. We are advising the government, and the government is listening.
Still on business, Minister of Works David Umahi has dismissed fears that the popular landmark beach resort in Lagos will be demolished to pave way for the ongoing Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. Management of the beach resort had said the Lagos state government gave them a 7-day eviction notice to allow for the road construction work to begin in the area, prompting concerns about the fate of the over $200 million investment and the thousands of persons who work there. But the Minister of Works has now allayed those fears.
As far as I'm concerned, there is no problem along the landmark issue. All the properties of landmark, they are saved. I visited him last night, and I looked at the infrastructure, and the people were banding figures. He said that 12,000 jobs will be lost. No single job will be lost because no property is lost. What probably will be lost is people that stray to the beach area to play, and so we'll be losing visitors. But I've offered him free consultancy, whereby he can create his beach up, and then have a more facade than that, So, but what is troubling me is, I don't know the owner of the property, but the director took me there, and that is at the Chenage 1+300, I did not envisage that the White House was going to go. And I'm still looking at it, because if the White House is to be saved, it means that somebody's property will be taken up. And I cannot make that promise unless the person that has the properties and field in over a number of meters says, yes, you can make that decision, because finances will also be involved. And so that's the much I can say. So Landmark has no property loss. It has no employment lost.
We'll go on a short break and be back with Stock Market Report. In the trading week ending on Friday, April 12th, Nigeria's stock market closed in the red zone, declining by 1.09%. Investors booked about 638 billion loss in the review trading week. In the review trading week, remarkable decline in banking, insurance, and consumer goods stock helped push the market southward in the market, which traded for only 2 days due to the public holidays to mark Eid al-Fitr celebration. On Friday, the market further declined by 0.71%, with the market's capitalization at 57.87 trillion. Now, the market breadth also ended on a negative note as 12 stocks advanced and 36 stocks declined. On the losing side, Access Holdings came out last with an end-of-day price depreciation of 14.22%, moving from 22.50 to 19 naira 30 kobo, followed closely by United Capital, which closed at 20 naira 10 kobo. Now, at the end of the last week day of trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, a total of 734 million volumes of shares were exchanged in 12,491 deals deals corresponding to a market value of over 21 billion were traded. Now, compared with the previous NGX trading day, that's Monday, April 8th, today's data shows 84% improvement in volume, 206% improvement in turnover, and 32% improvement in deals, which is quite impressive considering the losses recorded today. Now, let's take a switch to our select global equities. Well, as you can see from the screen behind me, reverses the case as the UK FTSE and Japan's Nikkei maintained a northward movement and ended in the bulls, with the UK FTSE at 0.91% and Japan's Nikkei at 0.21%. However, reverses the case for the US Dow Jones as it maintained a southward movement and ended in the bears with 0.28%. Well, that's it on both business and stock market reports. Back to you, Simisola, for the rest of the news.
Thank you very much, Okwemi. And on the foreign scene, the Biden administration has announced plans to cancel $7.4 billion in student debt for 277,000 borrowers, the latest in a series of U.S. debt cancellations. President Joe Biden disclosed these plans on Monday, saying it will help to ease student debt that will benefit at least 23 million Americans, addressing a key issue for young voters whose support he needs as he seeks re-election in November. Those plans include cancelling up to $20,000 of accrued and capitalized interest for borrowers regardless of income, which Biden's administration estimates would eliminate the entirety of that interest for 23 million borrowers. The latest round of loan cancellations is a result of the U.S. Department of Education's recent changes and improved oversight of income-driven repayment plans and the popular Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Well, up next is Entertainment Report on News Now.
Idris Okuneye, the popular transwoman known as Bobrisky, who was recently arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for mutilation of naira, has been sentenced to jail for 6 months with no option of file. The socialist was sentenced on Friday 12, 2024 by Justice Abimbola Abuboro of the Federal High Court in Lagos. The FCC says at its time of its investigation also revealed that she had committed the alleged offence and some other events at parties she had attended at different times. Following investigation by the Commission, she arrived at the Lagos Zonal Command of the EFCC on the 4th of April 2024 for interrogation. The news has been received with mixed feelings by Nigerians, with some people calling the judgment too harsh for the crime of spraying the naira. Nigerian dancer and content creator Anita Obidi, popularly known as Kora Obidi, has come under a knife and acid attack in the United Kingdom. According to the dancer, the attack occurred while she was in the middle of the live stream on Thursday 11, 2024. She disclosed this in a video she posted on her Instagram account. Obidi described her attacker as a tall black woman standing 5 feet tall. She also stressed that she has been a target of hateful remarks in the past, noting that the physical assault is a wake-up call. And that's it on the entertainment segment on News Now. Queen Ibanigo, TV360 News, Lagos.
And on sports, the board of Nigeria Football Federation has appointed former Under-17 World Cup winner Manu Garba as head coach of the Nigerian Under-17 boys, the Golden Eaglets. Garba had in the same role led the Golden Eaglets to win the FIFA Under-17 World Cup for Nigeria in the United Arab Emirates in 2013, Nigeria's 4th triumph at that stage. The former Nigerian international will now immediately resume for the role and take charge of the team's preparations for next month's West African Football Union Under-17 Championship taking place in Ghana. But that's all on News Now. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.